Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I am Tiffany Roberts with Back to Nature Lifestyle Medicine. And a couple weeks ago, we had a ladies' night, and I wanted to do a recap for those that were not able to join us that night. So this is just a little bit of a short recap of ladies' night for you. First, I need to say some legal stuff. None of these statements in the presentation has been evaluated by the FDA. None of the information should be construed as dispensing medical advice, making claims regarding the cure of diseases, and you should consult your licensed healthcare professional before starting any supplement, dietary exercise program, especially if you are pregnant or have any pre-existing injuries or medical conditions. So a little bit about me. Again, I am Tiffany Roberts, the wife of Dr. Gabe Roberts here at the office. I currently have a Master's of Science in Human Performance, have a Bachelor's of Science in Nutrition, and in about 18 more months, I will have my Doctorate of Oriental Medicine. I'll also be a Certified Functional Medicine Practitioner and a Certified Health Coach within a couple months. My journey is when I was in middle school age, I started getting daily migraines. It kind of interfered with my daily life. I was taking Advil or anything that I could take that could help just get me through the day. I went to my medical doctor and, displayed this to her, and she basically said, it's all in my head. And that was my first awakening of a medical experience where I felt like they didn't care and they didn't understand what I was trying to say. I was there for help, and I wasn't getting it. So because of that, I'm thankful for because of this, I started a journey to natural health. I sought out a chiropractor that helped me with my scoliosis, and my migraines started to disappear. I did still experience some, but they were very minor compared to what they used to be. During this time, I had extreme menstrual issues. I was missing school, during that whole week because I was, very sick, could not stand up straight. I was in extreme pain. I have experienced great fatigue. Dr. Roberts always kids me when we met in chiropractic school that he would always ask me, how you doing today? And I'd always say, I'm tired. So that was a norm. I had nausea on a daily basis. I had aches and pains. But because of my journey through finding natural forms, I don't know when the last time I had a migraine was. My menstrual pain has been extremely extremely better than it used to be. I'm starting to have more energy. I don't experience nausea nearly as much as I used to, and my aches and pains are starting to go away. And also during this time, I was hyperthyroid. I weighed like 98 pounds when I was 22 up to about, 30. 98 pounds. No matter what I did, I ate a lot. I worked out, but I just felt like there was something wrong. Not that I was complaining that I couldn't gain weight, because girls don't want to have to complain about gaining weight, but I knew there was something wrong. So I'd always try to get blood tests to see where, if there was a thyroid issue or something, because I just felt it inside me. And every time the blood test came back, oh, you're within normal ranges. But to me, when I looked at the blood test, I was on the low end of normal, like almost barely on the normal range. And I brought this up, and they said, no, there's nothing wrong with you. Now, I am hypothyroid. So now I have to work on the thyroid issues, and that is coming along very well because of the natural forms that we've done. So that's a little bit about me. I'm telling you this because I'm letting you know I understand how you feel. I understand where you're coming from. I sympathize for you because I've been there. And I'm still continuing my journey. So, I'm giving you a little bit of helpful tips that has helped me along the way in hopes that maybe it won't get to the point where it's gotten for me. If you are looking for a magic pill, I am very sorry, but it does not exist. I've looked for it. It doesn't exist out there. I wish it did because everybody out here would be perfect if we just had one little magic pill. But in all reality, we do have to work on how we manage our life. The things that we put into our body affects us. If it's not affecting us immediately, it will affect us down the road. The things that we inhale, ingest, our feelings, our emotions, the daily stressors, everything adds on top of each other. And eventually your body gets to the point where it's like, I can't handle anymore. So that's when you start experiencing symptoms or dis-ease. So these are going to give you just a little bit of tips on how to feel better. And we can always go further if we need to through an exam. But right now, I'm going to try to give you some easy tips that you can do at home. Exercise. Everybody knows exercise is good for us. Endorphins are released during exercise. These are your feel-good hormones. They reduce stress. It tones your body and makes you feel good about yourself. And it also stimulates neuroregeneration, which creates neuroplasticity, which reduces the chance of dementia. These are the little spider-like things inside our brain that kind of talks to each other. We need to have more of these, and the more that we do exercise, we do create these. So it has a great reduce in dementia or Alzheimer's later on in life. Don't overdo it, but please do it. 20 minutes per day. If you have to break it up, go ahead. Do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. Just try to get at least your 20 minutes per day. Going for a walk. Walking is the best exercise that you can get, and it's cheap. All you have to have is a pair of good shoes. The walking rhythm with the hands and the legs going in opposite directions, that actually helps us create a lot of neuroplasticity in our brain. When you look at kids, when they're babies, they start out by crawling, and then they, walk. That crawling stage is very important for creating that neuroregeneration and that neuroplasticity in their brain, so that later on they can, have the thinking ability. So walking is very important. If you like to swim, go swim. Take a hike. Being out in nature is very important for stress relief and just our overall well-being. Biking, Dr. Gabe and I, we try our hardest to go out. If it's not every weekend, it's every other weekend to go biking on the trails around here. And we have some beautiful trails out there, guys. There's some easy ones and there are some very hard ones. So there's no excuses. There are easy ones out there for you to go on a bike. I have started doing a rebounder. Rebounders are so fun. It's a mini trampoline that you can get off of Amazon for like $30. So just look up rebounder on Amazon and you just jump on this for 20 minutes a day. It actually helps stimulate lymph movement. So you need to get those lymphs and toxins out of your body. And this is a really good form of reducing the lymph baggage and water weight. So this is very good, and it's low impact. It's not going to hurt your joints, and it's really fun to do. So diet. We recommend a mixture between paleo and ketogenic diet. Getting high good fats is very important. Our brain is 77% fat. And our cells in our body, every cell in our body has a fat cell wall. And if we are on a low-fat diet, we are starving our brain and our cells. Our cells can't even talk to each other because we don't have the proper nutrients. So having a very good high-fat diet is extremely important for every cell in our body. Fat is neutral and it does not convert to sugar. Carbohydrates do, and it's like throwing sawdust on a fire. If you eat carbohydrates, it's going to raise that sugar really high, and the body doesn't know what to do with it, so it just stores it as fat. But when you consume a good fat, it's neutral because every single part of our body uses it. And when it's stored, it's going to be utilized. Fat does not go underutilized in the body. So eat lots of grass-fed beef, grass-fed buffalo, anything that's grass-fed. You get the good fats in with that. Grass-fed butter, we eat this on a daily basis. Lots and lots of vegetables. Make sure they're organic, so they're not sprayed with pesticides. Try to do minimal fruits. If you do, stick with berries because berries are antioxidant. Coconut butter, coconuts, walnuts. If you look at walnuts, they look like a brain. So they're very high in good fats and good for the brain. Avocados, try to eat avocados at least 3 or 4 times a week. We try to eat them daily. And of course, bacon and eggs. But when you do get the bacon, make sure that they are antibiotic and hormone free because that's it's a good fat, but you don't want to consume the antibiotics or the hormones. And when you get eggs, make sure they are free range, not cage free, because if cage free is still in a confined environment and it's not a pretty sight. But if they are free range, they're out in the grass eating the bugs and the seeds that they need to eat. So like I said, carbohydrates raise inflammation in the body, causing disease and discomfort. It's spiking that insulin. It's feeding that candida. It's feeding bad bacteria. So please do not try to consume processed carbohydrates. And when you have a high-fat diet, you don't need to count calories because the calories that you are consuming are utilized. These are not empty calories. Also, too much protein does convert to sugar, so eat more fat and you will eat less. By eating good fats, you decrease the gremlin inside you, or the more scientific term is ghrelin. This is the peptide hormone that is in the GI tract, and it regulates your appetite, or it's called the hunger hormone. So if you're eating carbohydrates or anything like that, it's still stimulating that gremlin, and it is telling you, I'm still hungry, I need more. But the good fats reduce this, and it increases the leptin, which is the hormone that tells you that you're full. So eating a good fat diet is very important. Every morning, Dr. Roberts and I have MCT coffee or bulletproof coffee. And here's the recipe for that. We brew organic coffee. Make sure that you get organic coffee because coffee is one of the highest sprayed fruits out there. So you want to make sure that it's organic so you're not consuming the pesticides. We put in 1 to 2 tablespoons of grass-fed butter. We put in 1 teaspoon, maybe sometimes a tablespoon of MCT oil. Sometimes we put in some organic cacao powder, and this is optional, but this powder is kind of like a chocolate. It's very high in magnesium, iron, and zinc, and all that very good stuff. It actually bumps up the metabolism as well. And you just blend this into a blender and you enjoy it. And you can drink this without any kind of breakfast because this is going to stabilize your insulin and your sugar throughout the morning. We try to do this coffee and then we're not even hungry until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So this is a very good start to the day. Ladies, we have to have time for ourselves. It's time for mom to be put in time out. We have to take care of ourselves because everyone else depends on us. And even if it's just sitting down, reading a good book for 20 minutes, just kind of escaping from everything, you can meditate during this time, go for a nice walk, take a bubble bath if you want to, but take some time out, because if we burn out, we won't be able to take care of our family. So it's important to take time for ourselves. Skincare. This is very, very important to me. What you put on your skin goes in your body. Your skin is the biggest organ of your body. And people don't really realize that putting something on your skin, that it could affect how you feel, but it really, really does. So try to find companies that have minimal chemicals or are organic. I currently use Beautycounter, and I've enclosed my website there for you to check it out and order some products if you want to. But there are over 15,000 chemicals that is used in beauty products, and they are extremely dangerous to our health, and we don't even realize it. And not only to us, but to our children that touch us, or our loved one that gives us a hug or a kiss, they're actually getting those chemicals off of your skin as well. So let me just name off a few of the chemicals that can be harmful. Parabens, they are linked to endocrine disruptor. This is the hormone in your body. This regulates everything, from your thyroid to your menstrual to how you feel, everything. So these parabens are linked to disrupting those. DEA can cause liver damage. DBP can cause genetic mutation. BHA is a thyroid and kidney problem. So if you're having thyroid issues, you might want to look at your skincare, not just your makeup, but your shampoo, your conditioner, your face soap, your lotion, everything that you put on your skin. Look at that, because that causes huge thyroid issues. Formaldehyde causes cancer. PEG, which is in deodorants, causes cancer. Petrolatum, which is converted to petroleum, causes cancer. Siloxane is another endocrine disruptor. Aluminum, which is in a lot of antiperspirants, causes breast cancer, thyroid issues, and other cancers. I have enclosed that link at the bottom for you to look at that, the small article. It goes on more chemicals that causes issues. I just picked out a few. So please be aware of what you put on your skin goes in your body. And if you're not getting well enough through your process, you might want to have to start thinking about getting safer products. Even if they seem more expensive, how much is your health worth to you? You're buying all these expensive supplements and you're changing other things, but you're not putting the investment into your skincare as well, and you're kind of counteracting the money that you've spent already on supplements and everything else. So you might, think about different skincare products. Do not use antiperspirants. These block the sweat glands under your armpits, and this backs up into the lymphs and goes into the breast. So this is where you get the breast cancer. Use organic deodorants. Use coconut oil or essential oils as well. And please do not use hairspray. You are consuming, you're breathing that in. It's going on your skin. It's going on your hair. Do not use hairspray. Find an organic hairspray, or Beautycounter has a sea salt hairspray. I personally have not used hairspray in like 8 years, and my hair looks amazing. I think it's because I don't have that chemical on my hair all day long. Do not use perfumes. I don't want to smell you. I don't want to smell your chemical. And honestly, if you're using so much perfume that you leave a trail behind you, it kind of makes me feel like maybe your personal hygiene is not the best. Perfumes release chemicals and they cause cancer. So use essential oils instead. When you put on an essential oil, you're helping everyone else around you as well. So it's very beneficial to use essential oils instead of perfume. And do not use lotion unless it's organic. Use coconut oil. It's very soothing and it heals even diaper rashes. So make sure it's a pure coconut oil as well. An excellent protocol for glowing skin in the summertime. We want to take care of it, obviously, from the inside out. So we recommend 2 Linum B6 every day. It's a healthy, essential fatty acid. And if you're going to be in the sun in the summertime, then you can take 6 Cataplex F pearls instead. And take Calmol Plus at night because it brings the calcium and magnesium levels in. You want to have those in the evening after being in the sun so that it pushes the fatty acids and the calcium to the skin and you won't burn. If you do have a little bit of redness, you can put USF ointment on and the next day you'll have a beautiful tan. In the shower, you just take a spray bottle and about 25% apple cider vinegar to about 75% water. You just spray all over your body, and then once that dries, put coconut oil on top of it, and it is a beautiful skin, just a beautiful glow during the summertime. So keep that in your little medicine cabinet for the summer. Vitamin D. Vitamin D is my all-time favorite vitamin, and if I could have done a thesis on this, I would have. Many people are deficient, and low levels are associated with Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, stroke, heart attack, and cancer. Vitamin D regulates calcium in the body, and it does so much more than that. Getting sunshine is obviously the best source of vitamin D. You will not get skin cancer from the sun. You get skin cancer from that dangerous chemical that you're slathering all over your body to prevent the sun from doing its job. And because you have low levels of fatty acids. If you have adequate levels of fatty acids in your skin, you won't get skin cancer. So we need to evaluate that. Supplementing with vitamin D is good in the winter. However, I can't stress this enough, do not use vitamin D from your neighbor, your GNC, or any other retail store because these are synthetic, and synthetic will cause more harm than not having enough vitamin D. So too much synthetic vitamin D will cause it can cause your heart to stop. Because it's at a toxic level, your body cannot convert it. So please, if you're looking for a vitamin D supplement, please come in and ask us. We can give you a high quality vitamin D that's actually going to convert into your body safely, and you will not get toxic levels. Vitamin D is the most natural anti-inflammatory available. It lowers C-reactive protein in the blood, and this is responsible for inflammatory markers in the blood. So having adequate levels of vitamin C is anti-inflammatory. It fights obesity. As a result, you're probably not, getting outside for activity if you are obese. So, vitamin D also converts from the sun, but you're also getting outside and doing something. So that helps fight obesity as well. It prevents rheumatoid arthritis and reduces pain. It protects you from the radiation of the sun. Again, if you have adequate levels of vitamin D, you won't get skin cancer. It's the most natural antibiotic available. That's why in the wintertime we try to say, let's up those vitamin D intakes because the sun is not adequate enough to give us enough vitamin D, but we do recommend that you try to get outside and get at least some sunlight in the wintertime, even though it's cold. It's an incredible immune booster. It prevents osteoporosis, and most importantly, it prevents cancer. It's been shown to prevent over 17 cancers. Patients with high or adequate vitamin D levels do not get breast cancer, and even men that have adequate vitamin D levels do not get prostate cancer. So this is very important, guys. It aids in insulin secretion, and it actually helps the body secrete insulin and helps prevent hyperglycemia and diabetes. It helps brain function. The more vitamin D you have, the better neurons and signaling pathways that you have in your brain, helping you to prevent Alzheimer's. It also prevents heart disease and prevents depression. So vitamin D is a very important supplement. For monitoring this, we need to monitor blood serum, and this helps us determine if you are deficient. Most people, I would say 90% of people, are below 70 points, or if we need to figure out if you're too high. That's a rare condition unless you've been taking synthetic vitamin Ds, and you can be too high if you're taking synthetics. We like to see our patients at 70 points, and most people fall below that. So if you are a patient of ours, this blood test is at our price. We do not mark it up. We don't feel like we need to make money off blood tests because we're trying to figure out where your health is. So our cost on this is $80, and this gives us the total of D2, D3, and calcitrol in your blood. And from here, we can determine what's the best approach for your vitamin D levels. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. PMS. We ladies experience this all the time. There's many things that play a role in this. First, obviously, we need to balance our hormones, and that's important, and making sure that our endocrine system is working properly. A lot of times when you have PMS issues, you have estrogen dominance. And the risk factors for this is poor diet, low dietary fiber, and bad fat intake. And also, if you have cherry angiomas, this can be a sign of too high of estrogen. And this, honestly, if you have cherry angiomas, we need to probably get on a supplement program, because this can increase your risk of stroke by 50%. So we need to reduce that estrogen level. Sources that you can get estrogen from are PCB plastics. So please, when you're drinking your drinks, do it in a stainless steel glass or a glass cup, because that reduces your plastics greatly. Pesticide exposure, animal protein, saran wrap, styrofoam cups, microwaving food, and receipts. There was a study done on patients that came in. They did a base blood level of their PCB in their blood. 85% of them had traces of the PCB in their blood to start with. So they go out and they touch the receipts from different stores without gloves. They come back and get the blood test, and 100% of them had PCBs in their blood. So next time that they ask you, would you like a receipt, either say no or have it emailed to you. That's a safer way of getting your information. There are 5 distinctive categories for premenstrual syndrome. So PMSC, which is cravings. This is an increase in appetite, headaches, fatigue, dizziness, and heart pounding. PMSA is anxiety, nervousness, tension, irritability, mood changes, and anxiety. PMSD is depression, forgetfulness, crying, confusion, insomnia. PMSH is hyperhydration, so you get fluid retention, weight gain, swelling of the extremities, and abdominal bloating. And PMSP is pain. You get aching pains, reduced pain threshold. And some of us can kind of, they identify with a lot of these categories, but one of these categories fits you the most. Like for me, I have the bad pain, but I do experience all, categories from the rest of them. But my main thing is pain. So Exercising throughout the month improves these symptoms because it's reducing the endorphins in our brain, it's reducing our fat, and therefore reducing estrogen. Eating a paleo and keto diet greatly improves the symptoms. For those particularly difficult days, we do have supplements called Calmol Plus, and this has been my saving grace. Because I used to have to take pain pills because I was in so much pain. But this one is better than a pain pill, and it works on the parathyroid, and it also shoves the calcium and magnesium to those muscles that are deficient, which is causing the cramping. And it's kind of like a natural muscle relaxant, and you are able to still be able to think. You're not going to be having that drugged effect. So that's something I will not go without. I love Calmol Plus. Obviously, having adequate levels of vitamin D. Cruciferous Complete lowers your estrogen levels, which is important. Neuroplex is an endocrine supporter. It helps your brain and with hot flashes, PMS, and appetite control. Ovotropin PMG helps with ovarian cyst, dysmenorrhea, and uterine congestion. Ovex is menstrual irregularity. So if you have like spotty or excessive flow, this can help level that out. It also helps with postmenopausal osteoporosis. Simplex F is an overall good thing for women to take. It helps with PMS, hot flashes, hypo or hyperthyroid, adrenal support, the lack of sex drive, and depression. So it can help boost what your body is needing. Chaste Tree also helps with PMS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, fibroids, endometriosis, and low libido. So you might keep those in mind if you're having some PMS issues. So for menopause or low libido, menopause is when the egg begins to diminish and hormone changes occur. Estrogen and progesterone levels start to fluctuate. The adrenals are now called upon to take over the production of estrogen along with fat cells. If your adrenals are strong and healthy during this time, the transition is much smoother with fewer negative side effects. So if you think you're getting about that time, we need to try to start supporting your adrenals so that this process is a lot less symptomatic. If you do have some symptoms, we do have a wild yam blend, and this contains false unicorn, wild yam, black cohosh, and Korean ginseng, and this helps with the effects of estrogen withdrawal. St. John wort helps with the moderate depression, and sage helps with symptomatic control of hot flashes and sweating. And also, if you have low libido, tribulus is really good. In a study of 50 women that were experiencing natural menopause or post-operative menopause, 100% of those women experienced hot flashes. And 78% of them experienced sweating, and 82% experienced insomnia. After having an active treatment, about 98% of those symptoms improved. That's amazing. An indication would be it helps improve physical performance. It helps restore and build vitality, so your men will be very happy about that. And it assists in responding to stress. So it's a very good overall supplement to take for women that are experiencing these issues. If you experience hot flashes, we probably need to maybe supplement you with bromelain iodine. Most of the time, hot flashes are a result of a low thyroid issue. So giving this supplement helps support the thyroid and reduce the hot flashes in a great amount. So osteoporosis, most women are afraid of this, and there are several things that we can do to prevent this. Obviously, we need to exercise. Weight-bearing exercise reduces your risk, and improves your bone density. So you don't have to be like a weightlifter, but using 5 to 10 pounds during exercise can greatly improve your bone density. Make sure that your gut is running in tip-top condition, because this is where a lot of our vitamins and nutrients are converted, is in our gut. And if it's not working properly, you're not absorbing the nutrition that you need in order to prevent the osteoporosis. Stay away from store-bought, online, multi-level marketing vitamins. They are leaching out your cofactors that make your vitamin work. So basically, they're drawing from your bones in order for these vitamins to so-called work. So you're creating osteoporosis by taking these cheap synthetic multivitamins. So if you go off of cost, then you are experiencing osteoporosis later on. And please stay away from antacids. This is the biggest form that leaches calcium out of your bones. We have had an increase in osteoporosis over the years because we are taking antacids like candy. It's not because of too much acid in your stomach, it's because of too low of acid. Here are some anti-acid dangers. It increases the risk of pneumonia. It reduces the germ-killing stomach acid that we need. Your stomach is obviously your skin's your first line, but your stomach is your sterilizer. And if we don't have enough acid in our stomach to kill those germs, we're going to get sick. And people that took antacids had an increased dementia by 250%. So you can guarantee that you're going to get dementia if you continue taking antacids. There was a 44% risk in hip fractures, obviously, because it's leaching out the calcium in your bones. You get an increase in agitation, anxiety, confusion, depression, and disorientation. So if you have heartburn or issues like that, please come seek out our help, and we can get this resolved naturally by not using the antacids. We have other things that can help you with that. Heavy metals. Heavy metals are really, truly affecting your health. And for instance, lead, a lot of these issues, I'm going to go into specific heavy metals, but these lead into blockage of enzymes. They impair antioxidants. They increase oxidative stress. And this leads to formations of free radicals, which damage the DNA and the lipids and ultimately destroy glutathione, which is the main antioxidant in our body. So lead, it looks very similar to magnesium and potassium in the body. So it's blocking the ability for magnesium to do its job. This can cause hypertension by interfering with nitric oxide availability and increase renin and angiotensin production, which increases your hypertension. Lead interferes with calcium. It increases inflammation markers, again, your C-reactive protein in your blood. Lead is also stored in your bones, and as we age, it is released into our blood. So if you start getting signs of osteoporosis, you are increasing the lead released into your blood because it's stored in your bones. And obviously, this creates an increase in dementia and Alzheimer's. So mercury, it binds to glutathione, and this is the antioxidant that is critical for regenerating vitamin C and vitamin E. Glutathione cannot be supplemented. It's made by the body, and we have to have everything in order for your body to be able to make this. And this is the biggest antioxidant that we need. So mercury binds to that, and then we can't regenerate vitamin C and vitamin E. It damages mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of all your cells, and it suppresses nitric oxide production and disrupts blood clotting by interfering with the platelets. Arsenic is extremely high in rice and chicken, even if it says organic, because they do feed the chicken arsenic to help plump them up. This damages the endothelial nitric oxide synthase, which in turn produces nitric oxide. This elevates homocysteine. This is the molecule seen in patients with hypertension, coronary disease, blood clots, and dementia. Cadmium. This looks very similar to zinc in the body, and it's associated with hypertension and diabetes. It interferes with calcium channels, leading to heart and blood vessel problems. And it also inhibits nitric oxide. So this depletes the body of glutathione, again, the highest antioxidant in the body. So what do? We need to get tested for the heavy metals. Again, if you are a patient of ours, the doctor direct pricing, this is a 24-hour urine sample, and it's $90. Once we know what the levels of heavy metals in your body are, we can do an oral chelation every day. Cruciferous complete, about 6 a day. Garlic, 6 per day. Also chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is plant blood. This is very good in oral chelation. And also Sunny 7. This is a volcanic ash liquid that you could take about 2 or 3 times per week. You don't want to take it every day because you don't want to absorb everything in your gut. But taking 2 to 3 times a week will help draw out the toxins in the body. Thermographies. This is something that I have been passionate about for several years. We obviously know we need to get our ladies checked, but please do not go the mammogram route. This exposes you to radiation, and radiation causes cancer. Thermographies is a non-invasive and can detect cancer far earlier than mammograms. There is a lady here in Overland Park. She is the founder of Bras, and if you want more information about that, a thermography of the breast is like only $195, and it's non-invasive. It's a great experience for you to go through. She's very kind and sympathetic, and we highly recommend that. So if you want information on that, please let me know, and I'll get that information for you. So cleaning. We want to stay away from cleaners that are toxic. You're breathing in these fumes. You're absorbing them in your skin. The children and the pets are breathing them in too. I personally use Shaklee Basic H2 along with lemongrass, thieves, and rosemary. I've enclosed a link that you can order Shaklee off of. There are other brands out there that are organic, such as Seventh Generation. You can get that in the store. I have found that Shaklee's been the best money expense because the H2 is highly concentrated, and it only cost me maybe 4 cents to make a cleaning bottle, and it's lasted me over a year. So I find the best value is in Shaklee. So laundry, again, you're putting chemicals in your laundry. You're actually wearing them on your skin. So I use Shaklee detergent along with 2 drops of lavender. Please do not use dryer sheets. They are filled with chemicals. Instead, use dryer balls. You can get those off of Amazon. I place on the dryer balls, like 4 to 6 drops of lavender or lemongrass on 2 of the balls, and it smells amazing, and it's non-toxic, and it's actually going to save you money in the long run because you're not buying dryer sheets every week. So the dryer balls last for a very long time, and it's reducing your chemicals greatly. So I hope that everybody enjoyed the presentation. That was kind of a mini recap of Ladies' Night. For more information, visit our website at backtonaturelm.com. And if you'd like to schedule a consultation with Dr. Roberts, It's a 30-minute consultation to sit down and tell your story and just see if this clinic is a good fit for you. Call the office today at 913-829-7246. Thank you for joining me today. I'm sorry it was a little long, but I hope that everyone enjoyed it.